I ain't late this time. I may come in and out, but I got you. Cheers, buddy.
Hello, everyone. How we doing this fine Saturday evening, or morning, or noon, or night, whatever your time it is, depending on your time zone. Welcome to the Saturday stream. Hi there. Oh, y'all ready to watch some chill videos? Let's see what we can get set up here. And hey, Seal, I see you there. Alright. I just woke up from a nap, so if I seem a little, I don't know, not very alive, that's why. Right, well, I'm kind of clearing out some stuff from my... Ah, here we go. Alright, let's switch over to the video. Yeah, there we go. This is, Rob's Media. 20 pieces of... Oh, wait, does he have the first one? Yeah, let's do the first one. 20 pieces of internet lost media. Alrighty.
MySpace user files. Before Facebook and Twitter became
MySpace.
popular, MySpace was one of the biggest social media platforms on the internet. It grew in popularity.
Is it still around and just not used, or did they actually officially shut down? That's what I want to know.
Especially for showcasing a lot of early internet musicians who would eventually become mainstream artists, like Adele, Avicii, Arctic Monkeys, and Owl City. User profiles had loads of customizable options, being able to add background images, different layouts, and showcasing one's music taste. By the early 2010s, MySpace became overshadowed and faded into irrelevancy, basically being turned into a punch.
If you ask me, MySpace was better because, mostly because, like he was saying, you could actually customize your whole page. And it was really cool what you could do with your page. Some people had some really awesome pages. And Facebook is just so bland.
Line by the wider internet. In 2018, a Reddit user on r/tech support reported that they were having issues with playing music on their profile. There are a couple of songs that it is the utmost importance that I acquire, preferably an MP3, but I'm not even remotely fussy. The music doesn't play on MySpace, and I've tried to rip it with some audio grabbers, to no avail. Hopefully someone more tech-savvy than me is on here and can help. Another user then replied with an email they got after contacting MySpace, which reads, "There's an issue with all songs/videos uploaded over 3 years ago. We are aware of the issue, and I have been informed the issue will be fixed. However, there is no exact time frame for when this will be completed. Until this is resolved, the option to download is not available. I apologize for the inconvenience this may be causing." A while later, another user contacted MySpace about this, to which they responded, "Yes, this is true. Due to the server migration, files were corrupted and unable to be transferred over to our updated site. So basically, anything uploaded to the site before 2015 was lost." Andy Bio, who is more known in the tech world, would question what really happened. saying that MySpace might have deleted those files on purpose to save money. Luckily, some files were saved in 2019 via the MySpace Dragon Horde, which was done as part of an academic study on music networks. There were 490,000 files saved, all originating from 2008 to 2014. However, there's still more to be found, as this is only the 0.1% of all known files on there. There are definitely tons of lost music somewhere out there, along with whatever else users posted.
Twitch plays Pokemon. This was a massive phenomenon in early 2014, with its Twitch stream reaching 120,000 viewers at peak and over 30 million in total. This was done as a social experiment. Basically, Twitch users would parse commands through a chat room in order to complete various Pokemon games, starting with Pokemon Red. It was developed by an anonymous Australian developer, eventually receiving a Guinness World Record for the most participants on a single-player online video game, as a total of around 1 million people participated. However, despite its success, a good chunk of the stream is nowhere to be found. Nobody recorded the stream for its first 35 hours, and during that time, the stream went down for another 8 hours. Now, there are screenshots and short videos recorded, but nothing documenting the rest of the first day and a half. Much of this was compiled by Reddit user JimmyG123, and more content would be found around 2023. This includes posts on Twitter, a NeoGAF thread, and from a Dark Zero news article. Who knows if there's more? It's definitely possible. Perhaps the whole thing won't be discovered, but somebody has to have longer recordings of Twitch Plays Pokemon.
AMC Movie Talk from May 21st, 2015. This weekly series, which would later be renamed to Collider Movie Talk, was an internet talk show discussing and debating movie news. They were each 30 minutes long, with the show lasting from 2012 to 2020. However, one episode is strangely gone from the channel and has not resurfaced since. The episode in question aired live on May 21st, 2015, though got removed shortly after being uploaded to YouTube. Many speculate it was because of a segment where the cast, including John Campy, mocked Australian TV personality Maude Garrett. They play a video where Garrett interviews people at a red carpet event and gets startled after seeing somebody in a Chucky doll outfit.
It's Halloween Horror Night, guys.
That, my friends, is Tara.
Thank you so much.
Thanks.
She'd eventually upload this to her YouTube channel, which the cast then reacted to. According to viewers, they completely ridicule her, in a pretty cruel way, mind you.
Oh.
The channel probably took it down
So it
to
wasn't
avoid
just
backlash,
teasing.
though a lot of this is just speculation. As of now, it's unknown where the episode is, and AMC themselves don't own the series anymore.
Well, I don't know if that one will ever be found. I don't know, somebody's probably got
The
it
world's
recorded
biggest
on a
treasure
VHS
hunt.
tape.
To
in
help
their
promote the 2007
garage,
movie, National Treasure 2
their
Book of
basement or
Secrets,
something.
Disney launched a web game on the domain
Attic.
nationaltreasure.com. Though if you type in that link now, it just redirects you to this movie page on Disney.com. The game was partnered with two other companies, Mercedes-Benz and Odyssey Marine Exploration, which are big parts of the gameplay. This also functioned as a contest, with the Hollywood Reporter mentioning that the prize is a fully loaded C-Class sports sedan signed by the film's producer, Jeremy Bruckheimer, and its star, Nicolas Cage. The other prize was apparently treasure from a Confederate ship found after the American Civil War. The sponsorship from Odyssey Marine Exploration was because players could reportedly control the vessel Zeus remotely to find this treasure, although everything else was mainly a puzzle game, taking place in virtual replicas of New York, London, and San Francisco. There's not much information out there, not even any screenshots or videos in the game itself, just a trailer.
Absolute Zero. This strange project was an animated web show released back in 2000 on the website Mondo Media. Mondo Media is an animation company
Oh,
mainly
yeah.
known for producing series like Dig Figures and Happy Tree Friends. Absolute Zero didn't last as long though, only lasting for a year with 32 short episodes.
Dude, that-
The episodes
Don't
would
know
remain
what
up
it
on
is
the
about
Mondo
that, but it
Media
just
website
screams
until
2000s.
2006. The show featured the characters Vita and Ozzy, who hosted celebrity interviews with various cartoon parodies of these people. Various YouTubers over the years have uploaded archives, though some are in poor quality. Most recently was the channel Magic Bag Archives, who uploaded 3 more episodes on March 10th, 2024. The ones we do have feature the interviews with Marilyn Manson, Madonna, Slipknot, and Snoop Dogg, and more. Of the 21 that were missing, the most notable include Justin Timberlake, Gorillaz, and Courtney Love. Many screenshots do exist of these, and it's only a matter of time that more of these episodes get located.
The Rotten Tomatoes show. Rotten Tomatoes is a pretty divisive website at this point, especially after they gave Cuties an 86%. God, who are these critics? Anyways, the site is still popular, and has been so since the late 2000s. In 2009, they launched a television show on the short-lived channel Current TV, with it lasting until September 2010. It featured hosts Brett Ehrlich and Ellen Fox, who would review around 2 to 3 movies per episode. These reviews would usually be based on the reviews featured on the website, though some input from regular site users, independent filmmakers, comedians, and professional critics were used until halfway through the run. Episodes would also feature sketches, top 5 lists on films and celebrities, and other segments to pad out the runtime. The show is more prominently featured online, not just on the Rotten Tomatoes website, but on YouTube as well. Though in 2013, Current TV was shut down and become an entirely new entity, resulting in all of its content being scrubbed. All we have now are the list of 74 episodes, some clips, and behind-the-scenes photos.
You want money? Take care, child.
Exactly.
Quibi. Film producer Jeffrey Katzenberg, who you'll know for founding DreamWorks, decided to launch his own streaming service. Though unlike others, he focused it around showcasing shows with short runtimes that could be shown in either a horizontal or vertical aspect ratio. Katzenberg intended this short-form content to be suitable for those out and about needing stuff to watch, perhaps if they were on a bus or on a quick coffee break. Shows on Quibi included an adaptation of The Most Dangerous Game, starring Liam Hemsworth, a reboot of Punk'd, a show called Dummy starring Anna Kendrick, where she befriends her ex-boyfriend's sex doll, a stand-up comedy show with Will Smith called This Joka, and way more. This project failed, as it launched at the worst possible time, April 2020. The pandemic made its unique premise useless, as people couldn't go out of the house in general. Quibi could never compare to the other streaming platforms, as despite the app having 1.7 million downloads in the first week, that couldn't compare to the 1.75 billion Katzenberg and the Quibi company spent. In October, it was announced that the service would be shutting down, with that being official on December 1st, 2020. Now much of the content would be relocated to Roku, with various shows never airing on either. Most notable was the idea by Mr. Beast's manager to post his content on there, though this was cancelled.
The Game Room. Now this next entry takes us all the way back to 1999, with a show that existed on the short-lived website FromUSAlive.com. The game show was seemingly the first ever video game review series, beginning about 5 years before James Ralph's show, The Angry Video Game Nerd. It was hosted by Mark Bussler and David Crossan, with them simply just ripping off each other as they reviewed both older and newer games. The show would only last 11 months before being cancelled, though they remained up on the website until 2007. By then, YouTube had become a suitable platform, so Mark Bussler began remastering and re-uploading the series. That same year, he released a documentary called Classic Game Room, the rise and fall of the internet's greatest video game review show. Though many fans note that 9 episodes were never archived, though that documentary did show a few clips from these episodes. They definitely exist out there, so either Mark will eventually post them, or a fan who downloaded it from the website before 2007 has it. These clips are from the episodes on Elmo's Number Journey, Virtua Striker 2 for Dreamcast, and Pac-Man.
Walt's Wisdom and Walt's Warning. In order to promote the series Breaking Bad, 2 Flash games were released which incorporates footage from Bryan Cranston himself. The first one was called Walt's Wisdom and was released in 2008 alongside the pilot episode. The only known footage from this game takes place during the climax for that episode, as Walt prepares to evade who he thinks is the approaching police.
You wasted much time sitting by this computer.
Hey, Romeo.
Well, I let life pass me by too. 50 years before I could truly say I am awake. Look, you're only in your 30s, you still have time to change. So whatever you can do, or want to do, or dream that you can do, start doing it right away, because there is nothing more dangerous in life than not living. And don't be like me, be yourself. Good luck.
At the end there, he crosses
On
off that
standby
person's
for
name
bad
before
messages.
seemingly making
Good.
another message. Besides this, we also have a screenshot of the menu, where you could enter your name and other information before Walt sends a message. The sequel, titled Walt's Warning, came out a year later in 2009. This time it takes place during Season 2, with Walt finding the player stranded in the desert. He scolds the player and questions why he's there in the first place. Depending on where you look, Walt will either harm you with his gun or various chemicals.
You just can't take your eyes off that, can you? Huh? What a good look. What would you do even if you got a hold of it, huh? It's a prop. It shoots blanks. I borrowed it from our high school drama department. Or should I say, stole it.
Once waking up, a warning message can be found nearby. Despite both games being received quite well, with the second one being nominated for a Webby Award, they both fell into obscurity. Once Adobe Flash discontinued in late 2020, both games have become unplayable. We do have a good amount of footage though, along with a behind-the-scenes video for Walt's Warning. Bryan Cranston himself also apparently recorded thousands of takes with different people's names, so that opens up another rabbit hole by itself.
Happy Wheels the series. This is one of many lost shows from Verizon's Go90 streaming service,
What? They
which
had
only
made a
lasted from
series for
2015 to
it?
2018. One of its apparent heavy hitters was an animated series for the game Happy Wheels, which was incredibly popular during the Let's Play boom in the early to mid 2010s. It was announced on November 2nd, 2016, with the show premiering about 2 weeks later. It was created by BMP Digital, with the Machinima producing it. Anyways, it allegedly featured various celebrities voicing characters, though that's just what IGN said. We don't know what celebrities were involved, and I personally couldn't recognize any as voices. Happy Wheels the series took place in a town where the death rate is high. Each episode follows new people, as a fictional organization called DEATHS, aka Defensive Education Awareness Team and Healthy Society, fails to lower the death rate. Out of the 10 episodes released, only one is missing, titled Steven Saves the Day, which we only have a promotional image of. Reddit user Kikuder asked one of the voice actors for its script, which they posted on January 11th this year. On June 24th, 2024, Twitter user Kikaku629 was able to find 2 additional screenshots, which are from an anonymous source.
Happy Wheels best game.
The Runner. The Runner is yet another Go90 show with some lost episodes, though it has a more interesting history compared to Happy Wheels the series. It was first pitched in the year 2000 by Matt Damon and Ben Affleck, though got temporarily scrapped until 2006. It would finally get picked up in the spring of 2016, with the show being hosted by Kaj Larson from Vice News and Matthew Patrick of Game Theory fame. The Runner was aired live 3 times a day, with each episode being 20 to 30 minutes long. 90 episodes in total were done, beginning on July 1st to July 30th, 2016. In each stream, 5 different chase teams would go after a runner, with more money being rewarded the longer it takes to catch them. Each runner was anonymous, and they would be selected from a pool to keep things difficult. There was a level of audience participation too, as viewers could help solve clues for their favorite team. Despite all this, the show faced loads of production issues and received mixed reception by viewers. There were loads of audio problems, time issues, and a runner's face was left uncensored for one single frame.
Uh-oh.
The last 2 episodes of the show are lost due to its biggest production incident. Basically, on the first episode, recorded on July 30th, the runner was captured by mistake. This led to the 2-part finale being scrapped, and they couldn't use the finish line. Instead, they improvised the finale, though it's entirely lost. Every other episode will be found via the YouTube channel, The Runner Archive. Go90's copies of the show were deleted, meaning there's little chance of a complete archive now. If Go90 didn't shut down, there were plans of having a second season.
Cinemassacre Extra Motherfucking Mario. Earlier in this video I mentioned James Rolfe, the creator of the Angry Video Game Nerd. This is one of many series done under his production company, Cinemassacre, and others would either be hosted by Rolfe himself or his friend, Mike Matei. The two would make a second channel called Cinemassacre Extra, which is now called Cinemassacre Plays. It's a Let's Play channel with other content you'd expect from a secondary channel. One of these was a live stream conducted by Mike on June 17, 2016, where he played 1985 Super Mario Bros. Many fans reported that Mike was clearly drunk and inebriated during the stream, leading to heavy criticism. Mike would take it down not too long after, though he denied being drunk. This made things worse, as instead of taking full accountability, he was seemingly lying about it. Only a 4-minute clip from the end of the livestream was found, with it being shared on Reddit. One user stated, "Yeah, I saw it live. It got posted to the r/the Cinemassacre right away, and I was awake and modding at the time, and saw it from pretty early. He was falling over and dying on World 1, and his slurring was really bad. The stream would soon get the nickname Motherfucking Mario, in reference to Matai's nickname Motherfucking Mike."
C. Martin Croker on Fish Center. Clay Martin Croker was a well-known animator and voice actor who worked with Adult Swim up until his death in September 2016.
Oh.
A year before his passing, he appeared on the live stream show Fish Center, which was a call-in show found on Adult Swim's website. Some of it would air on television later down the line, though it was edited down. The episode with Croker was seemingly recorded on or before July 24th, 2015, due to information gathered on a Facebook post. He appeared in character as Zorak, a character he voiced in Space Ghost Coast to Coast. There is audio of this from someone who called into the show, though it was recorded by the caller.
What the hell is your problem?
I just want to know if you like sports.
Sports?
Yeah.
Pass. Maybe if I live to be 700.
What happens at 700?
That's your idea of a good time? Like sitting around and watching other people do shit all the time?
Yeah.
Yeah, that you can't do?
Oh, I'm terrible at sports.
Yeah, right. So you're just living vicariously.
You should watch soccer. It's weird.
Dude, that's pathetic.
I know.
Soccer. Good God. Okay, moving on.
Thanks, Zorak.
Bye.
Bye now.
We don't have any other clips from this stream. This episode became notable because it was one of the last times Croker played the character and did work for Adult Swim in general.
I like Red Hood as my favorite character.
The Fun Day Pop-Pet Show 9/11 Special. The Fun Day Pop-Pet Show is a puppet show based out of
9/11
Kissimmee,
special?
Florida,
What?
which has been running since 1999 and has around 1,000 episodes. Despite the show usually airing on Sunday nights, the crew scrambled together to make an impromptu episode on Tuesday, September 11, 2001. This is meant to reassure those affected by that day, though the idea of animal puppets doing this is kind of funny to me. The episode went lost shortly after, seemingly due to some emotional moments by the cast. Because of how spontaneous it all was, they probably wanted it to remain private. It is possible someone recorded it, but the chances are slim. It was believed that an 8-minute clip was leaked by Internet Archive user Stream Division. However, this was from a different episode readily available on the website. This was realized as it was uploaded on April Fool's Day in 2017, and the episode was done the weekend after the tragedy. A commenter on the Lost Media Wiki said this about a year and a half ago. On January 1st, 2023, I commented on their Twitch that I'm a Lost Media user, and its official account said it was never recorded. Then, in 4326, they knew about me for that 9/11 episode, or they call it as a show. The reason it was Lost Media mostly came from moving studios.
Cans Without Labels backer rewards. Controversial animator and producer John Kricfalusi is well known for never meeting deadlines,
Oh, the Ren
among
and Stimpy
other
guy.
things. This led to him being
Controversial
fired by
is one way to
Nickelodeon
put it.
for
The
not
dude's a
completing
creeper.
episodes of Ren and Stimpy on time, along with other projects of his failing. In 2012, John would announce a Kickstarter project for an
groomed and
animated project he
dated one of
called
the young,
Cans Without Labels. And
was
this
she
page
an
is still
intern or
up, by the
something?
way. The short would star Michael Pataki as the character George Liquor, who appeared in many of John's projects. This was actually Michael's last performance, as he passed away in 2010 after his lines were recorded. The short follows George teaching his nephews how to tell different unlabeled cans apart. He then forces them to eat a face, and some other disturbing stuff happens. According to the intro, this is based on a true story. The Kickstarter ended up raising $136,000 from 3,500 backers, though it would take another 7 years for the 10-minute short to be released. It received wide negative reception, not only due to how horrid the cartoon is, but because John got exposed as a pedophile the previous year.
Told
The
ya. project
project was last updated in 2019, with John not following through on the backer rewards. Some of these rewards were desktop toys that you could collect and trade. We do have some animated GIFs and videos of these toys, but nothing else. Another reward was a copy of a different short for Ren and Stimpy that was supposed to be released as a bonus feature for the DVD of the SpongeBob movie, Sponge Out of Water. It was never fully produced, and all we have is an animated archive by I Am a Real Horse, one of the Kickstarter backers.
The original versions of SCP-048. I talked about lost media related to the SCP Foundation in a previous video,
Oh yeah,
though that one was at
Peanut.
least found. This one relates to the origins of SCP-048, which are partially missing. If you don't know, SCP is a fictional organization which captures and studies various entities that could cause a threat to humanity. SCP-048 is a cursed number of no assigned anomaly to it, though this is in reference to the fact that the original stories referencing it were shit and needed restructuring. There were actually 5 stories written with this number, all of which were written between January to February 2009. The first was called Joey, an aggressive talking dog. This was removed, and Dr. Gears, a prominent SCP writer, asked others in the community to rewrite it. 3 other stories were written that were also shit, being The Edge of Twilight, A Normalizer, and Necklace of Greed. The 5th version is the one we know now, and the others were deleted by another writer, Dr. Kondraki. The one story that was archived was Joey, which was featured as part of a list of decommissioned articles made in
Oh, so
2014.
basically,
The other 3
different
were not
stories that would
archived,
take up
as
the
they were
spot
seemingly deleted pretty
of
quickly. The only way to find them is if somebody took a screenshot before deletion, though that seems unlikely now, as the Internet Wayback Machine doesn't even have them.
Before old Peanut Head took over. Or was the official one.
The original Jeff the Killer image. The search for this image has to be one of the most complex and muddled lost media cases in recent memory, as there have been many misdirections. The image itself became almost infamous due to the Jeff the Killer creepypasta that was written back
Don't
in
look, it's
2008.
spooky.
Its author,
I don't want you to have
Seswar,
nightmares.
claimed years later that he took the
I
image
just wanna see
himself,
your face.
using a white latex
Well, my
mask
face
with
is
big
right there.
plastic eyes
Hi.
and black rings around them.
Why
There
you
were
not
also
wearing
rumors that it was a photoshopped image of
I
someone
am.
known
You
as
see my
Caddy
scales on
Robinson,
my face?
a girl who posted her pictures onto
See? I got
4chan
scalies
and
on my
got bullied
face.
enough that she committed suicide.
It looks
And I
weird.
This
got-
story
and I
has been
got the
fully
ears.
debunked,
I got
as
the
Caddy
big
is actually
claws.
How about
someone
your
named
mouth?
Heather,
I don't see
and her
your
photos were
mouth.
taken from a Christian parody site. Seswar's claims were also debunked, as the image appeared in a 2007 YouTube video
Here's my mouth.
based on the old NNN special broadcast urban legend. Once this was discovered, many people began digging deeper into the true origins of the Jeff the Killer image. It was soon traced to certain
Stop
forums
looking, it's
on the Japanese
I'm trying to
internet,
see your
specifically
face.
You don't look like you're looking at my
PYA.cc.
face.
On this website was the
Yes, I
earlier
am.
iteration of Jeff the
Okay.
Killer. Other forum posts show this version, with its earliest
face is so
appearance
fun.
being on the site fileman.n1e.jp on July 24th, 2005. The image is titled The Fear of Summer Nights, with the description, a certain celebrity before plastic surgery. A few comments mention that they've seen this image on other boards, so it's still unknown where it truly comes from. Now, there are still loads of rumors regarding where this was photoshopped from. Mr. Mulholland, the person who posted it to pya.cc, said it came from an old video of a middle-aged Japanese woman. An anonymous user on 4chan claims it came from a screenshot of someone known as Stickem, a woman from a live streaming site, who was mocked online. There was also this Mr. Potato Head toy from 2005 with very similar eyes.
The world may never
LOL
know.
Superman video. Now this next piece
Oh,
of media
no,
is
not
technically
that one.
unconfirmed, but its existence has been speculated on for almost 2 decades now. It's the name of a shock video that began circulating back in 2006, showing disturbing footage from the September 11th attacks. The video, which many dubbed LOL Superman, will be brought up again about a decade later, with an anonymous user on 4chan giving his recollections of it on the X Paranormal board, where they posted, "When I was relatively young, possibly around 8, 9, or older, I can remember on YouTube, back in the early days before a lot of rules and restrictions, there being a channel. At the time I obviously didn't know, but it was a trollish kind of channel that uploaded a lot of videos from the perspective of very close to the base of one of the towers. I'm not sure which one specifically, but it was very close to the people that jumped. You could actually see them hit the floor on cars that were below them, and see the damage done to them and such. It was very disturbing and unpopular, and the comments were very hateful towards the uploader, as I can't remember most of them. One of them went along the lines of, LOL Superman, and it depicted a person falling from one of the towers and landing onto a car, I believe. I haven't been able to find these clips since, and I was wondering if anyone else has seen them or has knowledge of them. They were literally filmed a couple of meters away from the bottom one of the Twin Towers, and the channel was disabled not too long after. Others in this thread would cooperate with this, and soon an investigation began. In October 2022, Reddit user Executor Max would state that he asked the 9/11 Museum in New York if they had a copy, and they never denied that they had a copy of the video. A month later, Reddit user CoolBig1520 stated that he sent a Freedom of Information Act request to the FBI to see if they had the video, which they apparently did. However, they stated that they couldn't give it out since it was being used for a criminal trial. Then, on December 13th, 2022, user Can't Stand Idiots
We'll go
made a
in there and
connection
eat
to
your
another video known
burger.
as NE521, which was gathered from a
No, you
previous
need to eat that
FOIA request
asked for.
and hosted on the now defunct site pentbomb.com. It's believed that LOL Superman is part 2 to this video, though its content simply show the impact of the second plane hitting the South Tower.
So go get it. It's in the microwave.
Why
Just
can't you get it? I'm too busy doing
All the way live with
but- well, I'm
EDP
busy
445
streaming, young
and
lady.
in the field with
You can
EDP
get up and go get it.
445.
I
Bryant Moore,
don't
who you'll
care.
know as
You
Eat That
get
Pussy
it.
445 or EDP, is a former YouTuber and now
Get
a
up.
notorious cupcake
You need
muncher.
some exercise.
In 2021,
Get up.
he got
Excuse
caught
me,
in a
I got
sting
my
operation
exercise. I
trying to
went
meet
riding
who
on
he
my
thought
bike
was a
earlier.
13-year-old girl
You haven't done
after
anything.
sending explicit messages
Yes, I
to them.
did.
His
You
only
gotta do
excuse
more like
was,
me.
I was actually
Get up,
coming
get
out
some
here to pick up a
exercise.
cupcake
you
and
get
then
up
go
and get
back
some
home.
exercise and go eat your burger.
There was, nothing that was going to be sexual
Well, I'll
involved.
set
This
room on
controversy pretty much got him
Yeah,
shadow
you
banned from
just
every
try it,
major
little
social
kid.
media platform, though this didn't stop him
knock
from
your
trying to
stuff,
meet another
kick
minor
it.
just last year. Much of EDP's content has been archived, but what hasn't is 2 web shows he hosted back in 2015. Famous rapper Tyler the Creator let him produce 2 shows on his subscription platform, Gulf Media, being All the Way Live with EDP 445 and In the Field with EDP 445. The first show was a parody of sports journalism, with EDP acting as a sports anchor focusing on his team of choice, the Philadelphia Eagles. The second show had him traveling to various locations to conduct man-on-the-street style interviews. Both shows would become lost on July 31st, 2018. There was a clip on one of EDP's YouTube channels, which got archived after he was shadow banned. However, sometime last year, it got deleted, and the only trace of it is a few short snippets from a video made by Zan Donak. This clip shows him interacting with Dallas Cowboy fans in a not-so-nice manner. Besides that, we do have a few promotional posters, and there was a tweet made by Tyler promoting the show that got deleted in recent years.
Do you know what house game is?
CR6.
You'll
And
see
finally,
what
we get to one of the
they
most mysterious pieces of internet
I
media,
don't know what
a
that
web show
means.
created all the way back in 1997. CR6 is a project created by
What's
Chris
the
McKinstry,
scoreboard? Eat
a
that
controversial
scoreboard.
AI
Eat it,
developer
eat
who
it.
suffered greatly from various
Alright.
mental health disorders. After his initial success in the mid-90s, he began developing a web soap opera called Clickable Reality 6. The show would incorporate various stills of audio over it, with the plot following 6 characters who meet each other after a funeral, with drama ensuing. For years, it was seemingly forgotten, until a user on the Lost Media subreddit posted about it in August 2021. User Incorporated Projects began investigating it after going on a Wikipedia binge, discovering that the page for the actor Brendan Fair kept editing out the fact that he worked on CR6. This user also discovered the WordPress blog of Anita Ditnar, who showed evidence of her being in CR6 as well. The original website for the show was discovered not too long after on the Internet Wayback Machine, though none of the images or links worked. This did confirm that the show was released with at least 8 episodes, possibly more. Much of the information gathered was from Chris McKinstry himself, whose website is still up somehow. Here he mentions a CNN story reporting on his show on January 8th, 1997. There's also this newspaper clipping from the Winnipeg Free Press talking about CR6. Soon, it was discovered that there was a promotional video for the series uploaded on YouTube all the way back in 2011, giving us more information about the cast.
CR6 is our showcase interactive clickable reality. It's a internet-based soap opera, for lack of a better term. It's actually darker than a soap opera. If you click on a person's head, for example, you'll probably get their thoughts displaying in the lower window. Once you have a person or an object selected, you have some navigation controls, so you end up being able to surf a web of a reality.
Batman,
People then dug
Batman.
into Chris's old Google Groups messages, which revealed that while the show was received well critically, it was a financial failure. It was alleged that Chris never paid the cast and crew what they were owed, though he denied this at the time, while taking ownership for losing $1 million. Those who worked on the show were contacted, and while some were helpful, others were apprehensive. This led to conspiracies popping up, since it seemed like the show's existence was trying to be covered up. They all tie back
What
to
do
Chris,
you mean?
who has a scummy past, and would end up isolating himself in Chile before suicide in 2006.
What do I mean,
Some
what?
suspect that he faked his death to avoid any legal repercussions for his financial troubles. There's also an IP address from Chile, who's been editing out parts of Chris's Wikipedia page, even parts of proper citations relating to his death. This can honestly be a video in and of itself, so expect that soon. Either way, there really hasn't been any new leads on CR6 over the past few years. The investigation slowed down shortly after 2021, and we have no known footage
About
from
the
show,
na
but internet
Batman.
historians are hoping to find it, as the
Nothing,
show is
I
hailed as
just
one of the
laughed.
first internet shows in general. Maybe a new lead will pop up soon, and the search can continue, whether Chris is alive or not.
Okay, go back to the second part.
Escape to Plastic Beach. In an attempt to promote the Gorillaz album of the same name, 2 digital studios teamed up to create an iOS app, Matmai and Zombie Flesh Eaters. It was a free-to-play action-adventure game that was both in 2D and 3D, consisting of 3 chapters. While the first 2 chapters were readily
Did you
available
see
to play
New
free
Adverse
on Steam
Corrupt?
and the official Gorillaz website, the 3rd chapter costs €1.49.
Well,
The
it's since
full
the
game
last
could be
time
played
we
for free
watched,
though, if you
he
validate the
hasn't
code
made a
from
new
the access
video.
card that came with copies of the album's Experience Edition, though the code was only useful until March 2012. The game description reads, Escape to Plastic Beach puts you in the driving seat on Gorillaz' journey to their new home on Plastic Beach. Outrun the cops, evade the El Camino, attempt daring underwater rescues, and use the Doom Gliders to foil 2D's increasingly inventive escape attempts from Plastic Beach. The final chapter also includes an
Well, go
MP3
get
of
your burger.
Super Fast Jellyfish.
What can you get?
Enjoy.
It's your job.
The game was reviewed
Excuse
well by
me, young
fans,
lady, because
though
you're
it was
big enough
fully
to go
removed
get it
off the internet
yourself. All
after
you gotta do
2014
is-
due to the band's eventual rebrand for
Look,
their
it's in
5th
the-
album.
the
There haven't been any
microwave.
leads on finding the first 2 chapters of the game,
Luna.
but 2 separate versions of the 3rd chapter
Go on now.
have. The IPA for the iOS version was floating around for years until it was made publicly available
All you
on
gotta
April
do is heat it
16th,
up.
2021. 2 years later, in July 2023, a Twitter user asked the official MatMy account if they had a copy. They said they wouldn't be able to legally release it due to not owning the rights, but did eventually share some screenshots of it. This created the movement, #ReturnToPlasticBeach, in November 2023. Reddit user Local found the Unity file for the demo version through the Internet Wayback Machine.
Ben of the Week. During the beginning of the pandemic, there were quite a bit of YouTubers who made videos invading Zoom classes. One of those creators was Ben of the Week, who posted these sorts of videos up until spring of 2021. This caught the attention of CBS News, who made the claim that Ben hacked into these Zoom classes, which he strictly denied. I may have dropped out of journalism in college, but it seems like y'all did too. I never hacked any Zoom calls, and it explicitly states that in the description of the video. Later, in 2021, after he stopped making these sorts of videos, he addressed it in an upload titled, "Why Ben Stopped Hacking Zoom Classes, I Almost Died." He goes on a lot of tangents, but does explain that he stopped these sorts of videos because he sympathizes with those struggling to learn online during the pandemic.
And for a while, like I did try and like offset like the minute of like disruption in these classes by like I donate like a portion of the ad revenue from the videos to like various charities. So overall, like I don't feel too bad about it, but I still feel like I don't have it in me to do another Zoom video. Like it's just not happening.
Ben would eventually delete these videos, probably out of shame, and it's been hard to find them ever since. He's been copyright claiming YouTube re-uploads. Though Lost Media Wiki user Grigio Guy did upload 2 of the videos onto Mega.
What the hell is that
And
thing?
music video. And is the second single off Tally Hall's second album, Good and Evil, which was released back in 2011. Originally, multiple different music videos were planned to release, possibly 7 just like their last album. However, this was soon limited to 2, though only Turn the Lights Off got 1. The other music video was for the song And though it got cancelled mid-production on October 21st, 2011. This was due to financial issues, as the band had just cut ties with Atlantic Records not too long before. It would have been directed by Steven Loader and partially filmed by the band's unofficial sixth member, Bor Karaka. Much of the music video would have featured fan-submitted artwork of ampersands, the symbol used for the word and. 137 of these would be posted on the band's official Facebook page, but any others are assumed to be lost alongside footage filmed for the music video. It's unlikely that any of this will be dug up, as the band soon split up after the wide release of Good and Evil.
Cyberworld Cuborgs. This online software by Cyberworld International Corporation allowed the creation of 3D spaces and grid-like environments. It was launched in 1999 and partnered with Warner Brothers, Universal Pictures, Stanley Media, ATI Technologies, and Discovery Channel Canada. They gained a lot of steam very quickly, though the company's website would disappear in 2003. The program still existed years later, up until at least 2015. Since then, many have been trying to find traces of what's left, with that being difficult due to the old download links. They use BORG instead of HTTP, which stopped web crawlers such as the Internet Archive from saving anything. Also, the Cyberworld browser doesn't play well if there are missing files, not helped by the fact that certain sprites would not load. The main way to find content from Cyberworld is through hard drives. One was found by Internet Archive user Rufus10 on September 17, 2023. Currently, we're still missing games and programs such as Scuzzle Station X, Stanley Media, Piranha Prime, Boneville 3D, Cyberworld Square, and Intranet.
The Fireman Webcast. In 1993, Paul McCartney of the Beatles and
Okay, I thought
Martin
that looked
Glover,
like Paul McCartney.
stage name Youth, would form a rock duo called The Fireman. Their second album, Rushes, would be released in 1998, and the two had an interesting way of promoting it. A webcast where all the songs from Rushes would be played, supposedly with live chat. Mind you, this was in the late 90s during the age of Internet Explorer and dial-up. The full broadcast was 70 minutes and consisted of Paul in a strange disguise playing a variety of musical instruments, such as his keyboard, guitar, bass, and even whistling along to some of the backing tracks. He never spoke a word, but instead had a young woman read and answer questions sent in by fans. The full broadcast is lost, though the audio of it used to be up on YouTube until getting mysteriously deleted. It's unknown if Youth, Paul, or anybody else has it saved.
Atomic 3D. This website was launched by Nucleus Interactive in 1996, featuring loads of content and allowing users to create their own animated projects. It featured 3 different softwares, all themed around the atom: Proton Pro, Neutron, and Electron. Most knew the site for its 3D cartoons, like one based on the president at the time, Bill Clinton, along with those parodying David Letterman and Motley Crue. Oh, and there was an adult stand-up comedy web series called Filthy 3D Joke Man. This site would receive regular updates until 2006. Certain master files, packed sequences, art groups, and templates would be archived in the years since, but many are still missing to this day, including some of the ones I mentioned.
X-Arm. Art Davie, the co-creator of the UFC, began his own fighting league in the mid-2000s called Extreme Arm Wrestling. It combined typical arm wrestling with striking and jiu-jitsu, with Art creating 2 different series to show off the sport. One aired from 2008 to 2009 on the now defunct Ripe TV platform for a total of 17 episodes. The second series aired in 2012 on the also defunct YouTube channel Machinima. That run would be short-lived, and X-Arm would soon fall into obscurity. Machinima would also shut down in 2019, meaning that episodes produced for it are completely gone. Same goes for the first series on Ripe TV, though clips do exist for both. One episode we do have features former UFC fighter Gary Goodridge, and it shows him training for one of the fights. One last thing, there's also a lost mobile game, which we do have footage of.
Sex University. In 2007, the WWE would update their website to include WWE Broadband, which would allow users to watch various different web shows. One such show was called Sex University, also known as Val Venus Sex University or Sex U.
Back again next week when we discuss the legendary question of all time: old enough to count, old enough to mount? Question mark.
Forum user posting. He makes a mention to IMDb.com. The rest of the segment is gold. Give this man mic time and the Intercontinental title, I say. Another user wrote, he may have mentioned IMDb, but WWE washed him up. He ain't ever gonna be IC champion again. Good that Val is saying something about IMDb, but still, he's barely been used in the ring. The Internet Wayback Machine won't play any of the videos we have, but WWE themselves definitely has copies of the series.
The Aquabats, Aquabattle. The Aquabats is a 90s comedy rock band that branched out to starring in their own TV show in 2012, airing on the Hub Network, now Discovery Family. A Flash game was released alongside of it, shown in the style of the show's animated shorts called The Aquabats, Aquabattle. It was available on the Hub's website as an arcade-style side-scrolling beat-em-up game. Its 3 levels were Man-Ant, Laundry Day, and Lady Fingers. The game was only available for 2 years. Its original website was shut down, making the game unplayable. That would be until one of the levels was discovered on a Chinese website, though it's locked through a login screen. That was soon counteracted, and the level was uploaded to Flashpoint and is currently available to play. While the other 2 levels are missing, there seems to be hope. In February of this year, a Lost Media Wiki user wrote, "Hello there. I used to be a big fan of the Aquabats. My dad is friends with the lead singer of the band, so he possibly could have a file of the Flash game."
THX Trailer Contest. In 1983, George Lucas, creator of Star Wars, would create the company THX, which specializes in developing visuals and sounds for films. You probably know them for their iconic opening logo.
Ah! Oh God, that's some
Well, in
childhood
2006,
PTSD.
THX operated a contest to make a new trailer for the company, with the winners receiving a feature on their website and the prize of a THX director's chair. There were 10 total winners, but only 9 have been found.
What is it, Goth?
The THX thing, dude.
The one we're missing is called Big Sound by Sarah Char. There is a screenshot from this trailer shown in a YouTube video, along with a brief plot description saying it showed a record player, and a small TV showing the pod race scene from The Phantom Menace.
Emo Girl Talk. This is an online podcast series started by Martina Butler in
I think I heard about
2005,
this.
hosted on the website podshow.com. It was pretty popular in its heyday, garnering thousands of listeners from across the world. The series consisted of Martina discussing her daily life, giving updates, and talking about her interests such as her favorite emo bands. This was a major aspect of the show, as she'd even perform certain songs from these bands. Its success would lead to sponsorships and an appearance on the PBS show Biz Kids. The series would run until 2014, as the platform it was on, which was renamed to Mevio.com, shut down. It gave its users 10 days to migrate to other platforms, but Martina never did. This has caused the episodes to disappear, though they might not be completely lost. It seems many of the episodes have been floating around, with one Lost Media Wiki user posting links to archives. However, these links don't seem to work anymore. Maybe someone else has them, and if they do, they should update it to the wiki.
Close Range. The Onion is a well-known satirical news site that has also been producing loads of parody videos to their YouTube channel. What you probably don't know about them is that in 2009, they produced a Flash game called Close Range. It was proudly advertised by The Onion throughout their content, as it was a parody of violent video game shooters such as Call of Duty. The game stars a man named AJ, who must save his brother after he was kidnapped. To do so, AJ must explode the faces of thousands of people. Once you shoot one person, another will appear, and a cycle begins. There was also a multiplayer mode, and loads of hidden features like side missions where you get to explode the faces of animals instead. The full game was never technically made, though a demo was available to play on the Onion's website for years. Though after it was taken off, it couldn't be archived due to the game's download being on an SWF file. No one has discovered it yet, and we actually don't know if the Onion themselves still have it.
Initial edit of Wikipedia. The famous online encyclopedia was launched on January 15, 2001, and its first ever edit was believed to have been a day later on the 16th. A user on the eiffel.demon.co.uk server created a page listing countries starting with the letter U. However, it was eventually discovered that the first ever edit might have been from the launch day, with the office.boomis.com server changing the Wikipedia homepage. This claim is conflicted with what Wikipedia co-founder Jimmy Wales claims. He insists that there were earlier edits deleted from his hard drive, with the oldest being the inclusion of the text, "Hello world." This would be brought up to him in 2019, and 2 years later, Wales decided to turn the concept into a non-fungible token. Yes, he recreated the original Wikipedia edit into an NFT. What's even more baffling is that somebody actually bought this for $750,000. Now, what needs to be mentioned is that many have questioned Wales' claim over the years. Joseph Regal, a professor and prominent Wikipedia editor, claims that the first ever edit was him entering the text, "This is the new Wikipedia." Regal also took a look at the NFT and saw an inaccuracy with the timestamp of the original edit. There's been lots of back and forth with this over the years, and it's still unknown if the "Hello World" edit actually exists or not.
The Incel Project. In 1997, a woman named Alana created the Involuntary Celibacy Project, which sparked interest in doing research on so-called incels. This led to the topic being debated on various forums, which would eventually spark the incel movement that would rapidly change in the early 2010s. A documentary series was...
Yeah, that's like... define irony. Incels, and one of the things they're known for is being very misogynistic. But the term incel, involuntarily celibate, was actually coined by a woman.
produced in 2008 by Blip TV, covering a lot of this, interviewing various forum members and administrators. Episodes are 20 minutes long and are described as a work in progress, as all the episodes were to eventually be combined into one massive feature-length documentary. 2 drafts were uploaded to Blip TV, though these and most of the episodes were lost after the site closed down in 2015. The series was also on incel.myonlineplace.org, though that site was shut down in 2013. It's unknown what stopped development on the project, but some say it has something to do with the infamous Isla Vista massacre in 2014. Elliot Rodger, the perpetrator of the shooting, was on these incel forums, which probably could have tarnished the series' reputation. A lot of early incel groups online were anti-misogynist, but the more radical members of it ruined their credibility. There are a few clips of the incel project, but nothing else has surfaced.
Call Blaze and the Monster Machines. At a surface level, this app seemed to be kid-friendly, allowing children to call the characters from the hit Nickelodeon show Blaze and the Monster Machines. But instead, it turned out to be a sadistic trick made by someone as a way to traumatize kids.
Oh my god.
This deception was discovered by Claire Robin, a 33-year-old mother from Scotland. She told The Sun, "I was lying in my bed in the dark, downloading some apps for my son. When I listened to it, I thought it was really disturbing. Even I was a bit scared. But afterwards, I became worried. I realized the app asked permission to your media files, so my worry is that the person who made it is a pedophile. This might sound overly dramatic, but to me, it's got to be someone creepy. It's accessing your location, media, and camera. If it was just a joke, they wouldn't do that. I'm quite close to my kids, and I'm fairly relaxed about phones. My 12-year-old is allowed to have a password for his phone, but I need to know it. I thought this would be suitable for my 5-year-old because most of his cartoon games are age-appropriate. Fortunately, he didn't see this one. Here's what the app sounded like.
Hi kids, I'm your new friend. Happy, slappy, whatever you want me to be called. You see, I want to play with you, kiddo. Maybe we could perform some fun games together. What's this, hogwash? You look afraid. Is it this knife in my whirly-turly hands? Making you a little nervous, huh? That's all right, 'cause this knife is gonna improve your look when it's sticking right out of you.
Once word got out about this, the Google Play Store quickly banned the app,
Oh my
and it's
gosh,
now
what the
inaccessible. We still don't know who made it, or why they specifically did so. We can only speculate.
Don't Hug Me I'm Scared 2, deleted scene. The popular YouTube series Don't Hug Me I'm Scared is well known for its interesting visuals, creepy tone, and overall shock value that made it viral to begin with. The second episode focuses around the concept of time, with a talking clock teaching it to our three main characters, Duck, Yellow Guy, and Red Guy. When episodes would get released, behind-the-scenes photos would get added to the website of the creators, Becky Sloan and Joseph Helling. One photo showcased a deleted scene where the talking clock, Tony, points at a broken bottle hanging on a tree outside. The full scene was never shown, though the topic would get mentioned in October 2024 during a Discord Q&A with the creators.
Could you perhaps provide some insight into how the scene played out and why it was cut from the episode?
Yeah, I'm trying to remember what the lyrics were. It was like...
I can remember like making this wine bottle, or we had like someone was making it and it took ages and it was really intricate. It had to be a wine bottle that looked like it was together and then would smash.
Yeah,
and we
so
shot it, but it just for some reason
it was just that bit where he says like an apple that's ripe or something about an apple, and it was going to be that they use then they make wine or something like that. Basically, we shot it and it didn't look good, so we changed the lyrics and added in that bit of stop motion. Sometimes you just shoot stuff and it just looks terrible.
That's fair enough, yeah.
The Tearing. The creator of Five Nights at Freddy's, Scott Cawthon, has produced loads of content over the years. One of these is an ebook titled The Tearing, which is a horror story he released on February 6th, 2013.
Hi, Scott.
This was his first foray into horror, though he released it under the pen name Michael Parsons. It's unknown what the full plot was, though a Reddit user named XXMJSW posted the synopsis in 2016. Timothy has been quietly waiting at the orphanage for several months now, a place where children are kept while their mothers decide their fate. One by one, Timothy's friends meet their grisly ends at the hands of Mr. Lantern, the resident doctor. But Timothy remains hopeful that he will be reunited with the one person he loves most, his mother. However, there are dark forces at work, forces that not only want to ensure a gruesome death for Timothy, but to undermine the very notion that he existed in the first place. Due to the lack of an ISBN number, it's clear that it was self-published, meaning the only way to access it now is through Scott. It used to be on ebooks.com, but that site has now gone defunct.
Interesting.
Angie Martinez and Tupac Shakur interview. During the midst of the infamous East Coast versus West Coast rap feud in 1996, Tupac Shakur would conduct an interview to give his side of the story. The interviewer was Angie Martinez, a rising star who worked as the host of New York's Hot 97. Now, while the full interview was recorded, it was never released online. Many have speculated why. Tupac was described as tense and emotional during the 2-hour-long interview, as he not only discussed the rap beef, but also social and political issues at the time surrounding it. I mean, Tupac would end up losing his life only a few months later, seemingly due to all these circumstances. The full interview would never get released due to something like that happening, as Angie didn't want people to take Tupac's words out of context. To this day, only 12 minutes of audio was ever put out.
New York's visualizing your camp, which to them is death row, which is Dog Pound, which is Snoop, and which is, which is that whole thing. And it was all one time. The New York video came out, brothers was stepping on cars in New York, stepping on, on New York like they owned it. Boom, you come out, next video, West Coast.
What about the video? Yes, to me, it is the best coast. And everybody in New York feel like that, too. That's why they come out here and party, man. Why is everybody acting like, I didn't say, for me to say Cali is the West Coast, I never said New York ain't shit. I never said New York is the worst coast. I just said where I'm at, where I'm from is the best coast. Why is that offending people?
Though there's also a conspiracy angle to this. Some believe there were legal concerns surrounding the interview, while others believe it had something to do with P. Diddy. Yes, the baby oil man himself.
Oh,
People
Lord.
believe he bought the footage off Angie due to Tupac
How's
having
everything
sexuality.
going?
Hey, Mert. It's going good. How you?
Hansen vs. Predator chat logs. Following the cancellation of To Catch a Predator in 2007, Chris Hansen wished to reboot the series into Hansen vs. Predator. To do so, he started a Kickstarter, which only managed to make about $89,000. The show did air in 2016, though it was short-lived. 11 predators were caught in total, with Chris partnering with a group, Tetrad Core. The group failed to release the Predator chat logs online, which was done during the original series. Over the years, these have been leaked, uploaded to YouTube of all places. On May 9th, 2024, a TCAP fan named Printo316 was able to locate Michael Popovich's full chat logs, uploading them to the Internet Archive. One of the hardest to find was of Mike Manzi, who is the nephew of Ron Knight, who is the head of security for Chris Hansen. It's believed that Ron made sure the show cut the context of their relationship out of it, explaining why it was hard to find extra footage. This rumor was presented in a Sunny V2 video in 2023 through alleged text conversations, and was debunked by a TCAP alumni named Joey. He claims the real reason why the footage of Mike Manzi is lost is due to Chris Hansen's website shutting down. The full uncut interview was eventually found on November 28, 2024. There's still bits of footage missing, mainly the full uncut interview with Charles Lawrence, and the chat logs of both Michael Popovich and Michael Gentile.
La Mona Lisa. This YouTube channel, run by Mona Lisa Perez and her boyfriend, Pedro Ruiz III, did prank videos and the like during the mid-2010s. One video from June 26, 2017 went disastrously wrong, as the couple attempted to do a prank involving a gun and a book. Mona Lisa would tweet out, "Me and Pedro are probably going to shoot one of the most dangerous videos ever. His idea, not mine." The stunt involved Mona Lisa shooting Pedro with a .50 caliber Desert Eagle handgun, though his chest would be covered by a thick encyclopedia. The transcript of this video is available online, and it's very clear that Mona Lisa is super uncomfortable with the idea, and needs Pedro to instruct her on handling the gun. She would fire it, and the book didn't help in the slightest. Mona Lisa would fatally wound Pedro, resulting in her arrest and a criminal charge of second-degree manslaughter. She'd be sent to prison for 90 days, isn't allowed to own a weapon, and can't profit off the video she filmed. It has since remained partially lost, with news reports showing leaked footage the following year.
I'm going to stand behind it, and Mona Lisa is going to shoot it, hoping she hits the book. Hoping she hits the book and not me. But the most trustworthy person that I trust in this world is my girlfriend, Mona Lisa.
Well, it doesn't matter if you trusted the person or not. That's a frickin' .50 caliber Desert Eagle. A book is not gonna stop that bullet. Alright, let's see here.
I forgot to spell unicorn.
UNICORN. UNICORN.
Deagle is by far the worst gun to choose, like one of the strongest pistol.
Exactly. And I've got a lot of really long videos I haven't watched.
AK-47 best gun.
Okay, I'm gonna take a little break. I'll be right back. And then we'll continue.
1 hour for the stream. Desert Eagle, he still is pretty up in Ritu. Best viewers on streamambu.com. Remove the space at F2KKO. He is so gone by the nether realm. I already got them out. We are a team. Good work for the team. On my Streamlabs I'm adding that message to banned words and phrases. Okay, homie. The parenthesis remove the space part and on streamambu.com. That's consistent with all those bot spam messages. In it, homie, you tell them. Where did Goth Mermaid Gamer go? She is getting food or something for Luna.
Yo, what's up? I'm back. I'm right here, Mark. Sorry, I had to take a bathroom break and then give the youngin some dinner. But I'm back now. Yes, they were getting food for Luna, Remio. Oh, and I see somebody, yeah, somebody... Was that you, Remio? You nuked the, or somebody nuked a bot, so thank you for that. Good job, guys. Alrighty. Let's continue where we left off. Which would be... Oh. I like arts and crafts stuff.
No clankers here.
No clankers.
Me and Merc did it together as a team.
Oh, good job. Good job. So, like I said, I like arts and crafts DIY stuff. It's pretty neat. I like watching people who craft these diorama things. It's really awesome. And somebody made a Resident Evil themed one, so let's watch that. It's Leon! And Claire! Oh, my, no bad. Claire! That's how they pronounce it in Japanese. Claire! Claire! Dang, I wish I could sketch that good. Leon. It was kind of hard to say. That is Korea. Oh, nice. That's a big ass knife. That looks more like a dagger. Uh-oh. Oh, okay, I see. He's reaching down for his shotgun, but there's that big ass gator down there. I almost wish I had the skill and patience and steady hand to make this kind of art.
In the wise who words of Eazy-E, people act a fool because they want to act a fool. What do you believe, Goth?
Stupid is, stupid does, I guess. It does. and now we gotta make his little riggy cage. And it teaks. Oh, tailbone. Cool. Did you finish?
Yeah.
Did you put your dishes up?
Yeah.
Alright.
Ready for bed home.
Yeah, but remember, 9 o'clock, you gotta get ready for bed.
Okay. It's always set for the car.
No, it's 8 o'clock.
Oh, okay.
So you better enjoy it while you got the time.
Let's push the bells. Not bad. Let's play Princess.
Ew. Making everything look dirty.
I am back. I lose the stream.
Uh-oh. Well, welcome back. Yes. Wow. Elbow, or what I said, elbow.
That is sneeze over the tablets.
See, that's why we don't just sneeze outward like that. We gotta cover up. Uh-oh.
No more bad message in the chat today. I will make you regret it.
Oh. Here's the resin to make the water.
No cluckers here in the chat today.
Oh, he's making like a... Yeah. Yellow and black warning stripes. Caution stripes, maybe call What's the best? And a little fooder. Of course, Arlo. Now we make our little Leon. Or is that a Zambo? Oh, that's a Zambo. Okay. No Leon yet. Oh, there's a couple of them. Nice.
Where is boy Leon?
I guess he's gonna be the last one to be made. Oh, there's a tiny shop one.
What is there making?
The Resident Evil diorama. There's our boy. Don't tell me that shotgun is on the alligator's back, and he's gonna have to take it from his back. Wow. Oh, it's a hazmat guy. Like from Lethal Company.
Or it the keeper? Are we back finally?
Oh, now it's clear.
He is back now.
Yay.
My mom hated me watching the anime Dragon Ball Z when I was a kid.
Really? Why?
She thought it was inappropriate for a kid's cartoon.
I guess I could see that, but... Here we go, the finished product.
She thought specifically the name of one of the characters in it. I love it. My favorite character is Goku and Vegeta.
Vegeta. Why did he make Leon's hair black? Other than that, it looks pretty good.
Vegeta was the one she took offense to. She thought it was Vegeta FML.
What in the world? Real? Come on. When I hear Vegeta, I think, like, vegetable. That's more, that's on her, honestly, for mine going that way, but...
And she was outraged by the fact that any producers would name the character on a kid's cartoon that. What about Goku? He is the humble and Vegeta is like Kung Lao. She acted like it was more inappropriate than stuff on South Park or like Beavis and Butthead.
Oh, come on, now that stuff is, that stuff is inappropriate. I was gonna see if anyone mentioned...
That stuff is far more explicit.
Exactly. Yeah, other than making Claire and Leon's hair black, this was awesome.
I was like 8 or 9 years old, mind you, at the time. When you watch anime and your mom tell you not watch it, I hate it. My mom is one of those boomer types.
No, I completely understand. I had to deal with that myself.
I know that too. My mom told me to get off my Xbox when I was gaming on Gotham Knights.
I'm trying not to watch anything that's like spooky themed, because we could save that for Sundays.
Now she's dead. Guess I'd go back. I'll have nothing to fix her. She was my best friend. Now she's died. Bye.
I want Red Hood as a guest character for Mortal Kombat 1.
well, maybe they'll do it for the second
My mom would have had an aneurysm if she was me playing Blood Rain at my friends Michael and Tony's place on the weekend when I was 12. Saw me asterisk.
I probably would have too. That's an M-rated game, isn't it?
Are you really from an island with no men?
May I?
Okay, so this is my favorite Batman ship. I just want to let you know.
Have this dance?
Yeah. Thank you, Mr.
Wayne. Bruce Wayne.
10 most romantic moments between Batman and Wonder Woman. Having a successful love life as a superhero seems to be a lot more unrealistic than flying, shape-shifting, or being a crazy rich billionaire.
Bruce Wayne, CEO of Wayne Enterprise. I am the Batman. I love fighting some.
Batman has one of the shortest ends of the stick. Despite having enjoyed his popularity with women, Bruce Wayne's love life has always
They had Blood Rain and Blood Rain 2, and yes, it is with that hot half-vampire chick who slays Nazis to stop them from stealing ancient relics.
Yeah.
I have let the night out.
Who are supposedly villains only makes things harder for him.
I see that.
Many of his other girls have been damsels in distress as well, so he deserves some good romance in his life, especially with someone who is on the same bandwagon as him. It is comparatively easier to carry out a romance when you are often in close proximity with that person. This is where Diana of Themyscira, aka Wonder Woman, comes in. The princess and the billionaire have unreal
Did you know why Bruce Wayne is single?
They like each other. Fans love it, but Batman's terrible life experiences prevent him from pursuing this dynamic. There's also the fact that they work together, which only makes the pairing sexier, but someone needs to explain this to Batman. But all of these problems do not stop them from having their super cute and often seductive moments in the Justice League and Justice League Unlimited. In today's video, we will go over 10 such instances where Batman and Wonder Woman get romantic and playful with each other. Before we go into our explanation, we have a very small request. If you like our content, please support us by subscribing to our channel. This is a small click for you, but for us, it means a lot. Thank you. Let's begin.
I'll go with Bruce, and John can go with Clark. Whatever.
Number 1. Diana's kitty crush on Batman. The third episode of Justice League Unlimited, Kid Stuff, brings out an unusual side of Batman, Wonder Woman, Superman, and Green Lantern. The evil sorceress Morgan Le Fay is subdued by her son Mordred when he snatches the super-powerful amulet of First Magic for himself. He soon casts a spell to banish all adults from the world.
Dude, I never want to see you or
Because if he was someone in his life, the crime he found out and kill Wonder Woman to get Batman.
Oh, good luck trying to kill Wonder Woman, I'm sorry. That's why she'd be perfect. She can handle herself.
Included find themselves in a parallel dimension. In a desperate situation, Morgan enlists the help of the Justice League and turns them into kids with her magic so that they can infiltrate Mordred's world. The Justice League, now known as the Justice Babies, find themselves in this new world with Mordred as the king. They have distinctly different and more juvenile behaviors compared to their adult counterparts.
It was the reason he told her in the one of the episodes he told her.
Broodiness. Wonder Girl, however, is more like a bossy big sister now. The Justice Babies find Mordred and try to put a stop to his antics. In the process, they are made to go against Mordred's magic, which is too powerful for them.
Playtime is over.
Ultimately, Batman comes up with a sneak attack that requires the four of them to branch into groups of 2. This is when Wonder Girl clearly shows off her crush on Batboy, as she first suggests that she will group with Clark, but then changes her mind and brings Batboy into the equation. Her expression gets quite cute and cheeky as well, as she smirks toward a nonchalant Batboy. He shrugs her off with a whatever, but knowing Batman, he probably wants to group with her and is just acting cool because they are work buddies.
Whatever.
He says it again, takes his hand, and pulls him along with her. As a kid, Batman could have just taken it more lightly instead of concealing his emotions over and over. But we understand where he is coming from. He plays it cool and never really denies Wonder Woman's affection. He is a serious guy, but that does not mean he has not had his slips from time to time when it came to the Themyscirian princess.
I'm talking about going down there and having some fun. Maybe with someone special.
I love Batman. I want be him when I older.
Flirting on a rooftop. The 5th episode from Justice League Unlimited, This Little Piggy, brings forth a nemesis of Wonder Woman's mother, Hippolyta, the enchantress and goddess Circe. But before anything major goes down, Batman and Wonder Woman find themselves atop a roof trying to catch Intergang before they can steal the Rosetta Stone. Wonder Woman
Or
looks
Ice
down and
Cube
gets a
because
glimpse
I
of
love
several
rap
couples
music
who
and
seem to
hip
be
hop
close.
like Nwa and
As
Eazy-E
someone
and
who
Ice
has had to
Cube.
dedicate her life to fighting and also cannot really die like a regular human being, she begins to lament the lack of love in her life, even though she does not directly say that. To make the best of her situation, she flirts with Batman. But Batman, being Batman, responds in the most unromantic way ever, as he immediately gives her a list of reasons why they cannot pursue a relationship. His first explanation talks about how dating within his team will be disastrous. The second one talks more about their differences when it comes to their upbringing. While Diana was raised by immortal warriors, Bruce is just a rich kid with an unreal number of issues. And finally, he is worried that if he does get together with her, their enemies are likely to use her to blackmail him. Even though he actually turns her down, his words give away the fact that he is definitely into her, but cannot pursue the relationship due to
Asterisk.
reasons. In all honesty, he can chill for a bit instead of making 50,000 contingency plans and
Told
overthinking
you.
every little detail. In fact, he does not have to worry about his enemies using Diana to blackmail him, since she is a literal demigod. But this
about to
also
say.
proves how Batman is soft for Wonder Woman, even though he knows that nothing is really a threat to her. Number 4. Wonder Woman looking at Batman lovingly. In the same episode, Wonder Woman gets turned into a pig by Circe, leaving her with Batman, who now has to find a way to cure her. He gets in touch with the magician known as Zatanna, but even she is unable to outdo the magic of a god.
I've given it my best shots. I guess my powers run a distant second to those of a god.
I seen this
In other
episode.
conversations, Batman keeps petting Wonder Pig. It looks like a casual scene where a man is petting an animal, but knowing the truth behind it, anyone can guess that
Did
he
you
just
know
wants to comfort
Batman can
Diana.
sing in this
He
episode?
does not
Yes,
even have to accept
I've seen
his
all the
repressed
episodes,
feelings.
dude.
Later, they transport to the amphitheater, but Wonder Pig gets caught there. Batman recalls magic having its limits and asks Circe how he can pay for her to reverse the spell on Diana. This is when Circe asks him to unveil something he has never shown to anyone, which brings us to Batman singing with his incredible voice. Batman goes on stage in Circe's slaughterhouse and sings the romantic song Am I Blue for Diana.
Am I blue?
Later, after
Oh, I
Wonder
love
Pig
that.
turns back to Wonder Woman, she pretends like she does not remember anything. She asks Bruce if she missed anything, and he claims that she missed nothing. But as she gives him a look and walks away, she begins to hum Am I Blue. Bruce realizes that she is aware of everything that has happened. He adds the icing to the cake by
Look at
smiling
him.
when she walks off singing the song he sang for her. She is probably even aware of him petting her a lot while she was a pig. Well, he did sing lyrics like, Am I blue? Ain't these tears in my eyes telling you? That is quite the giveaway.
Diana!
Number 5. Batman shows genuine concern for Diana. The Justice
Did you
League
see the
Brave
episode
and
of
the
what
Bold
Batman
witnesses
was giving Superman and he said cash?
Yeah, that's the man who has everything, I think is what it's called. Yeah.
Batman loses calm after Diana finds herself in danger. In this episode, Gorilla Grodd tries to destroy Gorilla City, a city of intelligent gorillas, with missiles. Green Lantern disables 2 of the launched missiles. The ones flying over the ocean make the job slightly easier when one of the missiles heads towards Gorilla City. Wonder Woman intervenes as she uses all of her might to stop the disaster. She pushes it off course and stops the explosion.
He was 2 of everything, 2 big coins.
However, in the process, she seemingly injures herself and gets buried under the missile. In fact, for a while, the League is unable to find her body under it. A desperate Batman begins to dig and dig and dig, and fortunately, he gets a hold of Diana's hand, who has obviously survived. As the city cheers for Diana, she notices Batman's gloves are covered in dirt. She realizes he was desperate enough to want to save her and kisses his cheek in public. Batman, being Batman, turns his face away from her and shyly blushes. We don't really get to see his face go all red, but it is quite evident that deep down, he's hyperventilating.
Enjoying yourself so far?
More than I expected.
Number 6. Batman and Wonder Woman's romantic dance.
Batman is loving it.
This is not so much about Batman and Wonder Woman as much as it is about Bruce Wayne and Wonder Woman. In the episode Maid of Honor, Wonder Woman attends a party in Paris.
You mean
The
Bruce
secret
and
of her
Diana?
identity is now out, so everyone is aware of her being Wonder Woman. She soon gets overwhelmed at the party as people begin to flock around her. Bruce Wayne, who is also present, notices this and drags her out as he asks her for a dance. Of course she says yes. This is Bruce Wayne after all. Plus she wants to escape all the press and have some fun. However, she does not know that Bruce Wayne is Batman. The two flirt a lot.
No Catwoman, he was feelings for Catwoman.
Without having to hide his feelings due
Yeah,
to working as
well,
colleagues in
no
the Justice
offense, I
League.
prefer this
Batman
shit.
unleashes his smooth demeanor with Wonder Woman,
There's nothing
and she
toxic
seems to
about
enjoy
it,
it
first
quite
of
a
all.
bit. Unfortunately, the moment is ruined as another important guest, Princess Audrey, almost gets kidnapped, prompting Diana to leave the dance to protect her. Towards the end, Diana does figure out that the man behind Batman's mask is Bruce Wayne, but the killing point of this episode is not even the two lead members flirting with each other. It is the scene with Wonder Woman handling the crisis at hand, while Batman stands back and eats some finger food. There are definitely huge advantages of being involved with demigods who have superpowers.
I love that because he starts to go to suit up, but then he's like, nah, you know what? She's got this. He just stands by and watches the show.
What'd you get him?
I'm not saying anything. He'll hear and spoil the surprise.
Number 7. Visiting Superman together. Justice League Unlimited has an episode called For the Man Who Has Everything.
Okay, yeah,
Superman's
that is the
birthday
name of
is
it.
here. Wonder Woman and Batman head to the Fortress of Solitude together. to
His
give him
one
life.
episode
The
was I was
interaction
telling
between them
you.
is not very romantic, but it is one of those moments of banter between a pair that really gets the audience invested in them. Wonder Woman and Batman discuss the gift they have gotten for the Man of Steel. Diana seems to have a surprise for him, but Batman points out that with his powers, he probably knows what the surprise is. Meanwhile, Diana is shocked to learn that Batman has gotten some cash in an envelope for the Kryptonian. It might sound bad, but Batman's reasoning is perfectly correct. What else can you give to a man who has it all? Wonder Woman does not disagree with his
Did
logic
Batman take money from Bruce Wayne?
Yeah, I remember he shows the card and she was like, you didn't just get him a gift card, did you? And he goes, no. Cash. I always love the goofy way he said no.
Everything.
Unfortunately, the two cannot continue with their playful banter, as they soon find Superman, with him being used as a host of an extraterrestrial telepathic plant that has trapped him in a false reality where everything is fine in Krypton. Batman and Wonder Woman once again have to ditch their personal excitement for the greater good.
You okay, tough guy?
Let go, I'm fine.
No, I am the Batman, I give cash to Superman.
Going back to kid stuff, the episode had more tea on Batman and Wonder Woman than the flirting during the grouping. While going against Mordred, the League had to fight Toy Warriors, who had been animated by Mordred himself. They hold up quite well on their own. That is until Batboy is severely subdued by one of Mordred's creatures. He is a young, brooding boy who does not like being the only one in the group who cannot fly. When he is subdued, Wonder Woman comes to his rescue, destroys the creature, and catches a free-falling Batboy like he is a princess.
Didn't we
He
see
definitely
this?
likes being in her arms, but is not the type to admit that. As a result, he shrugs it off and leaves her clutches. He also probably does not like being saved that way, but sometimes these things happen when you are the only regular human amongst demigods and superpowered aliens.
What's going on between you and Diana?
Nothing. She's a respected colleague.
Number 9. John asks Batman about him and Diana. In the 12th episode of
she's
Justice
right
League
behind me,
Unlimited,
isn't
The
she?
Once and Future Thing Part 1, Weird Western Tales, Jon
Nothing.
Stewart grows tired of Batman questioning him about his love life and turns the tables on the billionaire. With Shayera betraying the League but ultimately helping them out, things between her and Jon Stewart do not really go back to the way things were. She also rejoins the League, but Jon Stewart moves on from their relationship and starts to go out with Vixen. When Batman learns of this, he is in disbelief. This irks Stewart a bit, who then plays an Uno reverse card on the Bat and probes on his present romantic situation with Wonder Woman. The League is well aware of the tension between the two. It's no secret.
Did you Batman has a kryptonite suit because of
driving
Superman?
him to take off with her. He tells Jon Stewart that he prioritizes his work over everything else, while
I also know he carries a chunk of kryptonite in his utility belt just in case.
mentioning how many great qualities Diana has. He calls her a respected colleague, a valued friend, and a remarkable woman, all while Wonder Woman overhears it from the next room and comes and stands behind him. When Batman realizes that she is right there, she cheekily asks him to keep digging for more good things to say about her.
I've never seen bugs like you before.
We're not bugs.
Well, you're certainly not gods.
Hey!
Number 10. Nobody Slaps Diana. The second season of Justice League premiered with an episode called Twilight.
Did you know why Batman is good at fighting?
Due to Brainiac posing a huge threat to Apocalypse. In one instance, Batman and Wonder Woman pair up with each other and visit the fictional planet of New Genesis.
If I go crazy, then would you still call me Superman? If I'm alive and well, would you be there holding my hand? I'll keep you by my side with all of my strength and might. Kryptonite.
Did you really just recite that song? You really just recited Kryptonite.
Lower-class citizens of New Genesis helps them in finding the extravagant place of the new gods. As Batman and Wonder Woman get there, Orion's friend Lightray intercepts them. He initially thinks
Nope,
that
he was training with ancient Tibetan monks' techniques.
You sure you're not thinking of the movies?
Wonder Woman asks for Orion's location, but Lightray is not the most cooperative. He dares her to beat him in a flight race and even slaps her butt. This annoys her as she claims that he is worse than the Flash. Batman is clearly annoyed by Lightray's conduct as well, but he does not say anything. He is more of an action-oriented guy anyway. Wonder Woman chases Lightray to beat him, but unfortunately, she cannot catch up. All this happens while Wonder Woman holds Batman close to her as they fly together. Ultimately, Batman comes up with an improvised plan to get to Lightray, and uses his cape to stop Lightray. The moment is subtle, but it is evident that Batman will not hesitate to go against someone who crosses Diana's boundaries. To be fair, Wonder Woman is an immortal demigod from an island full of warriors, while Bruce Wayne is a mortal man. This is a strange relationship to pursue anyway, but Batman needs to know that he deserves some happiness in his life.
Exactly.
And if you liked our content, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to us if you haven't already. Have a good one and be safe. Thanks,
What
everyone.
movie?
If my enemies knew I had someone special, they wouldn't rest until they'd gotten to me through her.
You know, Batman Begins. Alright, I think that's gonna do it for tonight. So, guys, thank you so much for joining me on this Saturday Chill stream. Hope y'all had fun and enjoyed the videos. Let's find someone to read.
Bye.
Bye. Let's read Shia.
The Discord on my Twitch page and I have a donation button is not required, but you can do it if you want, and I am too affiliated so I can have subscribers on my channel.
How do you spell castle?
Hold on, babe, I'll take you in a minute. Alright, so,
I was too late.
let's say...
Crap.
Too late for what? You're fine. Let's tell them...
Batman is my favorite superhero movie. Wonderbat FTW.
Copy and paste that.
I don't know how to spell castle. Please help me.
C-A-S-T-L-E. Alright. So yeah, copy and paste that.
No castle.
And, yeah, I'll see y'all tomorrow for the, Spooky Sunday. Bye, guys. Love you.